Pastor John Amanchukwu. Yeah, aren't you guys impressed I did that? Now, you may not know Pastor John, so don't talk yet, Pastor John. I want to roll this video because when I saw this, producer Jason showed it to me, Wake County School Board there in North Carolina. This video went viral. You're going to love this, Flashpoint Army. Play the video, then we'll talk to Pastor John.
The last name is Amanchukwu.
Thank you very much for correcting me, Mr. Amanchukwu.
Yes, no problem. It means I know God. Luke chapter 17:2 says, "It is better for a person to have a millstone tied around their neck and to be thrown into the sea than for anyone to harm or damage a child." And so the question today to the school board is, only you know whether or not your role, the policies, the curriculum, and the things that you allow in this school system in Wake County, only you know whether or not a millstone is tied around your neck. The reality is this: God is going to judge every last one of you for decisions that are made on behalf of children. You know, this past year we spent $1 million on a diversity office. And how did that benefit Black children? How did it benefit children in general? Well, 78% of 3rd through 8th grade Black students are not proficient in math in Wake County. We're wasting taxpayer dollars putting money towards this diversity office that's not benefiting those who need it the most. 66% of 3rd through 8th grade students are not proficient in reading. Black students, they're not reading on grade level. They're not performing mathematically, and they're not going to be able to get jobs in the fields like STEM. But we're wasting money on a diversity, equity, and inclusion office while we are failing Black students in the name of diversity. You know, in the Jim Crow era, Black students were locked out of the public school system. But today they are trapped in. And many of these students need options. They need school choice. They need the opportunity to take their taxpayer dollars and take it to school systems that will benefit them and support them and educate them. And as we talk about inclusion and making sure that the trans student feels comfortable and the queer student feels comfortable, what does that have to do with reading, writing, and arithmetic? As we are teaching cultural Marxism and grooming children to be the next pervert, we are damaging our kids in this public school system, and it needs to stop.
Amen. Boy, I'm ready to pass the offering, man. That's good. It does need to stop. And so what was the result there at that school board meeting?
Well, the school board members, you know, they had rocks in their jaws. They looked as if they were sucking on a lemon. However, I have heard from numerous people, not only in Wake County, but all around the country. I have invitations to go to over 30 school boards in 2023. I've even heard from teachers in the Wake County public school system. Even a homosexual teacher sent me an email and he said, "You know what? You are my voice. Please continue to speak up." I'm launching a campaign in 2023 where I will be traveling the country talking about the Erased movement. Erased is a movement that loves all life, race, and color, and sees all mankind as one blood and equally valuable. If you would like to support this initiative, you can go to johnamanchukwu.org to support it, johnamanchukwu.com to support this movement. Listen, we are witnessing the left hijack our public school systems. We saw clearly why we didn't get the red wave that we so desired in this past midterm election. It's because Gen Z, they didn't go and find a voter guide and figure out who they should vote for. They have been indoctrinated. Where? In the public school system. We are seeing today where transgenderism and grooming is taking place in the public school system. We have drag queen story hour that's being allowed in our public schools. They're teaching critical race theory and telling blacks that they are victims and America is a racist nation. So therefore, it's no need for blacks to even desire to realize the American dream. I'm a father and a husband. I have 3 beautiful children and a beautiful wife, but my children are no one's victims. We are who God has said that we are. We are a chosen generation. We are a royal priesthood, and we are a peculiar people. America is still the greatest nation on the face of the planet. I don't hate America because of our past atrocities towards blacks. I don't hate the white man because of things that happened through the Jim Crow era. We are not supposed to be overcome with evil, but we're called to overcome evil with good. And in 2023, I am leading a major campaign where we are going to not simply try to win the next election. I don't want to turn America red or blue. I just want to turn it back to God.
The shots of the book pages up again. I mean, this is, you know, you're not being offensive. I mean, this is a beautiful book, by the way. And you can find it about bravebooks.com. I mean, do you have some lawsuits filed?
No, we don't at the moment, and we're waiting responses from libraries. But what we are seeing is parents, grandparents, and even librarians, Gene, are getting involved. And they're saying, we want your book. We'd love for you to come to our community. And in fact, they want to host their own Brave Story Hour in their own public library. And I recommend that we do that. Yeah. Listen, this is a golden opportunity for the family of faith and concerned Americans to get a hold of your favorite book of virtues, Sunday school book or my book or any book, and go to those libraries and begin to engage in the public square. Rather than complaining about the culture, we need to remember that we are here to create the culture. We can't just sit on the sidelines and cry foul. We have to actually get in the game and play. And whoever wants the hearts and minds of young people most will win them. That's how the game is played. If we don't train up our children in the way they should go through education and in libraries and other means of getting them information, others will, and they'll do it through their TikTok channels and through their Instagram channels and through their public schools and their public school libraries. So moms and dads, this is happening on our watch. We have a lot of skin in the game, and we need to get busy.
Graves and Pastor John Amanchukwu. John, you know, Graves, I have to make sure I just say which John. John Graves, when we look at this, I know that it's just, I think the church or the conservative, we'll just label him that, conservative Christians. We really didn't even, until you said something the other day, Kirk, I didn't even think about, hey, you know what? That's right. We can go to the library. We can, moms and dads and grandma and grandpa, you can go do a read. You don't have, it's like we've kind of been lulled to sleep thinking we can't do something, and that's not the case. John Graves, please speak to that.
This show just keeps getting better and better for me personally. What Kirk's doing, I love, because he's not just sitting back wringing his hands, going, look what they're doing, drag queen hours, our kids, oh goodness. Okay, now let me get back to my busy life. He's using his influence. He's using his voice. He's literally deciding, hey, I'm not going to sit by and watch them take it away. A real shepherd doesn't sit there and watch the sheep be devoured, watch our kids be devoured. He says, what can I do? What can I do? I can write a book and then go also be on the offense. He doesn't have to be a jerk about it. He's being winsome, but he's being wise. And that's what God did over and over. When Jesus saw this kind of stuff, he didn't just ignore it, and he didn't just gripe about it. He did something about it. And every guest you've had on tonight, they're doing something. They're using their influence to try to save children, to save our country, to try to save the nuclear family. And I'm loving it, Gene. So I just applaud these guys for doing that.